Yes, people, what's happening? Welcome back to the channel. So Manchester United have beaten Southampton 3-0 at St Mary's to start the Premier League weekend. And I am breathing a huge sigh of relief because after the first 20-25 minutes, boy, was I worried. Ligt and Onana saves a penalty. Southampton looked like they were in control of possession. They could create chances at will. Ligt got twisted by Walker-Peters at one point and was luckily saved by his fellow defenders at the back. It didn't look pretty for Manchester United at the start of the game, but thankfully we got through that. Ligt gets a goal, puts in a man of the match performance. Marcus Rashford scores a fantastic goal as well, and Alejandro Garnacho wrapping it up towards the end. Joshua Zirkzee, I'm gutted he hasn't ended that game with a goal. He could have had a few against Liverpool. He scored against Fulham. He unfortunately got in the way of Garnacho's potential winner against Brighton. And today, he should have had a goal, which would have capped off a magnificent performance for him, because I thought Joshua Zirkzee looked like a player there today. Some of his touches, some of his link-up play, holding it up, bringing others in, you know, his pass selection and his ability to make the pass. Sometimes you feel like if those opportunities he had in front of goal were passes, he passes it into the back of the net. But there was a few occasions where he should have scored. The first one, the ball flashes into the 6-yard box. He stretches, he gets his toe on it and sends it straight into Ramsdale. And the second one, towards the end of the game, he's in the 6-yard box again. He gets his shot away, but the defender comes across and manages to keep it out. It was a really good tackle by the defender, to be fair to them, because it looked like it was destined for the goal. Joshua Zirkzee had done everything right. He had beat Ramsdale, but the defender got his toe on the end of it. And I gotta say, there's glimmers, there's glimpses of a Zlatan Ibrahimovic type player in there. Some of the touches and things like that, and like the language style and how tall he is, and sometimes just stepping over the ball and all that. He looks a little bit like Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Now, obviously, Zlatan Ibrahimovic was a ruthless player in front of goal, grabbed his chances, taken his goals, although you ask Paul Pogba, that'd probably be a bit different. But Zlatan Ibrahimovic was ruthless in front of goal. And that's what Joshua Zirkzee needs to become, because he has everything else in his locker. And on another day, in another season, he's sitting after 4 games with 5 goals. You know what I mean? And we're looking at it like, oh my God, who have we just signed? An absolute bargain. But I'm not worried about him. I think that will come, because his all-round play is really, really impressive. And I've got to say, I'm delighted with him. Talking about delighted, Ligt, just about pulled that one off, eh? Ligt, fantastic today. Proper presence at the back. Like I said, he did get twisted by Carl Walker-Peters at one point, but then he recovered really well after that. Got himself in the game. His pass selection was really good. He's a physical presence. He wins all his aerial duels. He wins his physical duels on the floor as well. And then he pops up with a goal for Manchester United, which we really, really needed, because at that point, obviously Southampton started the game like a house on fire. They get the penalty. Archer misses it. Ligt and Onana saves it. Big save by Ligt and Onana. He made a bigger save as well. As big a save about 10-15 minutes before that, when he was outstretched to his right to save just as the ball was flying into the left-hand goal as we looked at the goal. Fantastic save by Ligt and Onana. Really earned his clean sheet there today. Diogo Dalot, big fan of Diogo's. I think he's fantastic. Today he had a stinker, especially in that first half. Yes, he was playing out of position on the left, but we've seen him play there before, so we should be familiar with it. And there were times where he was just getting twisted and twisted and twisted. And he does play on the edge all the time. Even when he's playing really well, he's on the edge, flying into tackles and flying into things and trying to make things happen. He's a fantastic player, but today it was a bad one for him. Now, I think in the second half, he settled a little bit more and we had more possession. But if United go behind there 1-0 down, after they score their penalty, it would have been down to Diogo Dalot, because he shouldn't have been giving that penalty away. He shouldn't have been playing the way he was. It was real poor performance from him. But thankfully, we got away with it. We had that little bit of luck that we needed, because coming back from the international break, you're going against a newly promoted team. You're away from home. You're at a 12:30 kickoff. You know those boys are going to be up for it. And that's exactly what happened in the first 10-15 minutes. Southampton were up for it. They were pegging us in. They were attacking a lot. Their crowd was up for it. They get a penalty. Thankfully, we managed to turn the tide around. And once we turned the tide around, once that penalty was saved, there was only ever going to be one winner. As I said, Ligt, short corner taken. Bruno Fernandes to the back post. Matthijs de Ligt with a goal for Manchester United, his first goal for the club, and coming off the back of an international break where he was criticised in the Dutch press and all those kind of things for a goal that Holland conceded thanks to a Van Dijk mistake, by the way. But he was criticised a lot, so it would have been good for him coming back to his club team, his new club as well, getting that goal in a win for Manchester United. Huge play from Matthijs de Ligt. Marcus Rashford as well. We've seen him in those videos with Hopper. Big up RH as well, each and every time. But Rashford's goal, fantastic. And he looked like a player that was confident today. He looked like a player that was... To be fair, he's looked like that throughout the season. He created 2 big chances for Zirkzee. He doesn't take him against Liverpool. He scored a goal just marginally offside against Brighton. He hits the post. Like, he's had a decent start to the campaign, but like we say, he's going to be judged by goals and assists. And today was a big goal for him. Wrapped up the 3 points for us with a fantastic finish into the corner past an outstretched Aaron Ramsdale. Big goal from Marcus Rashford. I was delighted to see that, because if we're to have a good season, we need Marcus Rashford firing. He's one of our big players. Him and Bruno Fernandes, I think, are our best attacking players. Bruno Fernandes is always going to get goals and assists, but we need a confident Marcus Rashford. And if we have a confident Marcus Rashford, Manchester United can beat anybody, because he's a big player. We see him score big goals in big games. Getting him back up to speed, getting him back up to fitness, and getting him back into that confidence is where United need to get him. Great to see him score a goal today. And then Garnacho comes off the bench to wrap it up towards the end with a fantastic finish that you would have liked to see Zirkzee have when he had that chance to just fizz it into the top corner, into the top of the goal. He tried to really place it, and a little bit unlucky. I think he was up there with De Ligt though for our man of the match in terms of how he linked things up, how he brought the play out. Lisandro Martinez again, he's huge. He's huge for us. I mean, he's not huge, he's a little man, but he's huge for us in terms of what he means for the team and how we can play. And and this isn't because of Southampton. Look, we need to refocus and go again. I ain't getting carried away because of this result. But I do think there's something in De Ligt and Martinez. You've got the physicality in both of them. You know, you've got the big lad, the small lad. Both of them very good with the ball at their feet. If we want to become the team that Ten Hag wants us to become under him, then we need those two at the heart of the defence. Mazraoui today as well. Absolutely excellent. Unfortunately, he picked up an injury. Are we cursed? What's going on? How many injuries do we get? It's becoming baffling at the moment. Like, De Ligt, thankfully, was just cramp, but he went off injured as well. Maguire, I think it looked like he took it like it was a dead leg. Maguire picks up, and like, everyone's just getting injured. What the hell's going on? But look, United win today, 3-0. Big goal for Marcus Rashford. Big goal for Matthijs de Ligt. Garnacho grabs a goal as well. I'm delighted with that. Buzzing with the 3 points. Start the weekend properly. Now we've got a run of fixtures up until the next international break. We need to get on a run. We really do. I don't want to care about the points and all those kind of things. Although, you know, if Spurs beat Arsenal tomorrow, they'll be on 7 points. Arsenal will be on 7 points. We'll be on 6. So it's not the worst start. Obviously, you don't want to be falling behind too early, which we have done already. But yeah, big result for Manchester United today. We needed that performance. And you think, if Southampton get anything out of this game, where does that leave us? Where does that leave Ten Hag and all the talk that's going to happen? So we needed that today, and thank God we got it. Matthijs de Ligt was my man of the match, but it was amazing to see Marcus Rashford score. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure you keep it like, comment, share, subscribe. Until next time, I've been AdamMcKola. I'm out of here.